Welcome back to the latest installment of Par5 D&D. This time we're having an infiltration mission, but not a combat-oriented one. Every once in a while, even though my players do love combat and spend a lot of their character building around the fact and how they operate in combat, role-playing is a very important matter of D&D overall. And in this session, a lot of the combat essentially came down to how the players work around and the obstacles in front of them. If they fail, maybe combat will happen, and if they but if they initiate combat, then combat will be for certain, but that doesn't mean that combat has to happen. So overall, the party is heading into the city of Lionsguard, and we'll see how they make it past customs, using their backgrounds and using a interesting tactic about using with some armor that isn't exactly theirs. As per usual, names be scrolling down as you're listening to this intro, and like and subscribe if you enjoy the D&D content. Catch you later.
Also, speaking of Markiplier, have you guys seen that he did an entire Smash or Pass video on all like 900 and something Pokemon?
Smash or pass on Pokemon? Does that make you a furry? Dude. I think that makes you a furry.
Vaporeon, despite
Did you know the most compatible
Yeah. Do you know the most compatible Pokemon for humans and between humans and Pokemon is Vaporeon?
You know, this conversation grates on my soul.
I thought it would be Lucario.
Oh no!
All right. Hey, by the way, Dylan, are you started recording it?
Oh, it's already there. It's in it.
Oh, hey guys, do you know in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon's the most
So basically, how V-Bucks work.
$19 Fortnite card.
Oh goodness!
Before we go to Ram Ranch.
All right, so starting off the session, I'm just double checking everyone gets everything that they bought. So we've got the 2 shotguns, one for HK, one for White. We've got the 2 D10 piercing damage plus dex, and it has a 30-foot cone. I do want to preface something real quick, so I'll put us in Bob's Tavern for this instance. So when you use the shotgun, I'll just make you guys look at Wyatt. No. Wait,
right.
Why is...
Hi, Wyatt.
Which one?
Yeah. 2 whites.
Alright, so when you're using this, it's like the shotgun has a 30 feet range, but it has a 15-foot spread, so it's like this.
Okay.
So it's
Do you want my
15.
There you go, bud. I got you. Don't worry.
So it's 15
5,
from
10,
point
15.
Of 30.
Yeah. So that everything
so
within
from
that
the point of
range will take
contact.
2d10 damage.
Got ya.
Good. Yes, draw the triangle over and over.
Orange looks so weird.
And yes, there's Pierce, so like if there's one target in front, there's one target behind, they both take 2d10 to just make it simpler. I don't want to be like, oh, he takes 1d10 less damage every single time, you know?
Right. But I gotta make sure it's like realistic, bro. I need my realism in my fantasy game.
No!
So let's say this lizard man right here. No.
Pathetically, if this lizard man was in my range, how deadly would he?
He would take 2d10 damage.
Also, ammo capacity. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's let me just check one thing about sneak attack rules. Sneak attack. I think it has to be a single target attack for sneak attack to proc. The attack must use a finesse or a ranged weapon, so that counts. You don't need.
I have a question about his bird.
Oh, so sneak attack can proc on your shotgun. So.
Oh god.
But sneak attack can only be used once per turn, so it only you can only hit one enemy per sneak. So it's not an AOE sneak attack, but it can proc it, if that makes sense. So just letting you know that if you hit like a group of 10 people, not all of them are going to take sneak attack damage. That would be really ridiculous.
Nick wants the broken weapon already. He wants
No.
Hold up. Fireball.
I want to know if his bird's liable to get hit.
All right.
So
Anchor has 2 tower shields, so everybody knows that like a new mechanic that's going to happen. I'm going to put Anchor onto the field.
It's okay if I shoot at him when he's in my circle.
Is he in attack or defense mode?
Oh, ow.
I defense.
So let's say Anchor,
cool.
let's say this Dragonborn is shooting at Anchor. If you are within 10 feet behind him, so if you're like
right there,
this here specifically, you get half cover. And it changes on direction. Like if the Dragonborn's here, then you have to be here, or things like that. So you get half cover, which is +2 AC. Pretty simple. Just make sure you guys remember that, because it's a bonus that you guys have. Or Bob, it'd probably be good for you to remind people that, hey, you have half cover if you're behind me.
Yeah.
And stand behind Rob.
I was gonna say, like, so if people are like right here, that's no go, right? For the shield.
As long as they're 10 feet in the correct direction behind you.
Okay.
Within 10.
Okay.
Fence square.
Also, I just would like to everyone know, Anchor has 21 AC now. Because somebody gave him
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's at level 4 and he has 21 AC.
Gave him gold. Why do you say it like that? It's like someone gave him gold.
Well, somebody gave him
You
gold.
fed his habit, dickheads.
Like, it's like, don't, you're encouraging his bad choices.
I am forever in. Who was it? Maximus. What's Maximus's character?
Theo.
Theo. I'm forever in his debt now. That's all I'm gonna say.
I owe you my life.
Stop doing this.
Here's
Also,
my kidney.
also, Dylan, real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How many shotgun rounds do we have since we bought the shotguns?
It's... Hey, whoever's doing this, please stop.
Hello.
All right. So shotgun, in terms of rounds, honestly, ammunition and things like that, unless it's like a special ammunition, I don't really keep track of it. And, like, it just doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Right, because I know we have the 4 cartridges.
Yeah, like
for
like, yeah, so unless it's like a special mechanic, but like in terms of like how many actual shells do I have, I just make it so that you guys can either make your own, because I know a lot of you are gunsmiths or bulletsmiths, and a lot of you can have an unlimited ammo supply mechanically, as long as you just follow the the mechanics for that weapon.
Oh, yeah. So as long as, unless it's like things like you said, like revolver, rifle, or
yeah, but if you have a special ammunition, like I think
that, okay.
Paul has a special ammunition where he has like a spread. He has an explosive shot, and he has a seeking shot where he can like ricochet, and it always hits the target no matter what. So
right.
He has those shots. He can only use two shots of that, and that's it. He's done.
Gotcha.
But if you have if you have an incendiary ammo, you would have a limitation to that. But if it's just regular bullet, you're good. Or ball.
So Dylan,
yeah.
Here's the real question.
Yes.
10 foot away. Bayonet range?
No, you don't have like a riposte.
It's 5 foot. It's not
bayonet range.
Actually, I do need to add
cool.
the bayonets to both of yours. It's just a D4, right?
Sure.
Actually,
does he have a knife? Whatever his knife is.
HK just has a better way.
Wait.
Let's see here.
If he has a better knife, then it's that.
I have the retractable blade that's in my arm.
There you go, bayonet. There you go. See that, Nick? It's a bayonet now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a. Do I have a better knife?
Can't wait to stab
A
somebody.
D4.
Yeah,
it's only a D4
a
damage.
D6.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I have a D6 plus 4 with my retractable
Don't
blade.
shit on
So.
my stick.
Horse
Mockery.
needs a
I
carrot.
can
Horse.
and will.
You rolled a 24 and you gave your horse a carrot. You succeeded. I'm so proud of you, Paul.
Your horse dies.
Yay.
Yay! All right. That
Your horse
why does it remind me of Smiling Friends?
Now
All right. I fed my horse.
Oh my
Happy
god.
grief,
All right.
maybe.
Okay,
the horse
everybody.
is now a
I
unicorn.
think your horse is sick. Let me put it down.
Alright, that was a terrible.
Yeah, let me defend the. Let me. Oh my god.
Okay. So let's
Uh,
go over the
okay.
the plan. A lot of people gave really good plans and a lot of different ways to get into the city, but I believe the agreed upon method is, well, we have a lot of things to do once we're in the city, but to get into it, the agreed upon method was to take.
Yeah.
No. He'll die.
Well, at least you're direct with it.
This anchor just hits the stone wall, the metal enforced stone wall, and just slams his face into it, and then everybody looks at him and then shoots him.
Yeah, we're sieging the city, right?
Wait, are we? I thought.
No, we have not gone into
this.
city. So the method that the party chose, as far as I know, is
Siege.
to go up this.
We have
river.
one guy here, one here, one here, one here, and one here.
A siege.
Easy
Got it.
siege.
All right, but what about
Dylan,
T-Town?
please
though?
explain.
T-Town is fine.
Do you
Going
leave
to help the
T-Town
towers?
to be free from tyranny, or are they
Yes.
good? T-Town deserves
No.
to be free.
Kill, execute everybody, even the horses.
Execute T-Town.
Execute order T-Town. Okay, so in the river we're coming in.
So we're
and
going
then-
up as you guys are not exactly. You don't have the most, let's say, decorated of ships. You're going up on fishing skiffs.
Yay!
Yeah.
As
Wait, where'd you
Gallus
get a boat
came, Gallus. Well, Rudy has fishing skiffs. You know, like little. They're
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
And Repo also, via background reasons, would have at least a small boat, if anything. Not. It would be. It's worth like a gold. Okay.
Well,
Got a
no,
question.
okay.
Will it float if I'm in it?
That's you're just a really heavy barrel. Okay.
We're dragging you on the bottom. You're like pulling.
You're
us.
the
Wow.
anchor.
I was just
Water.
gonna say, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I'm just like in the river walking the boat
You
up.
don't need to breathe air.
Yeah.
Can be afraid of water now ever since that river incident.
No.
Alright, so
Hey, so yeah, so up the
using
river
these
in
fishing
skiffs.
skiffs, you are to go past the Nocturn district, and you're going to lead directly into the Nocturn district, or at least their jurisdiction. You will have a small portion in which you do get into the northern Nocturn district, and then eventually you head into Kurdish Harbor, where you'll be setting your sort of base of operations, should it be. I believe Wyatt has a plan to be dressed as Baron Gallus, as you get his head was blown off
You mean Baron
and his helmet was
Sing.
lost, but his armor was retained, and Wyatt has the posture of a human male, so he can try to do that. And if I remember correctly, Damwain is going to be using the silent image spell to continuously create the image of Gallus's helmet on Wyatt's face. Am I correct?
We can do that. That's fine.
Yes.
I have a disguise kit. Can I do that?
So, a disguise kit would be like for makeup and things like that.
Put a smiley face on the
As
helmet.
far as I know, nobody knows what Gallus's face looks like because it blew
Oh.
up.
Not anymore.
okay.
For
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, not anymore.
Wait, he didn't pull up in the town with his helmet off? He's just being a dick that entire
Oh,
time?
he's just a dick with the helmet on. Well, protection's important, man. You know, it's just like
Man.
if you're a
Especially when
dick,
being a dick to people.
if you're a dick being a dick to people, and someone shoots an arrow at your face, then like,
Yeah,
then
I
you're
guess
not,
you
you
would
can't be a
very
dick to them
dick.
anymore, can you?
Mhm.
Like, you got to be
Big
a
punk.
proficient dick, you know.
Yeah. For sure. Hell yeah.
See, this is
Well.
where Baron Gallus got you guys.
My bad galleys would not.
Bad. Okay, so
So that is the
Nothing's
game plan right
happening,
now. I'll tell you that there's a few other plans that came into, like I believe Way said there could be a possibility of like going into here, giving them a story. Repo, I believe, was trying to see if we could go onto the world map and find our way to go from here to all the way around here to here, then to the harbor, so you can skip going into the religious district. But then there's really no.
Good thing we don't have to pay for gas money.
Yeah. It's kind of
ain't got
hard.
no gas in it.
But so
Yeah.
after a decent amount of discussion, that's what we're going to have to end up. And because Jacob's character is not here to introduce himself, who's Jacob? Sorry,
Who's Jacob? Never heard of him.
never heard of him. Yeah,
Nope.
Jacob? Is that the new character that Jacob's playing?
yeah. Jacob is playing as Jacob. He's a white
okay.
human, class commoner.
No, it's a peasant. Oh no, it's wait, hold on. No, it's the Bloodborne Waste of Skin.
And
He's playing the class Waste of Skin.
He uses the he picks up a like dagger on the ground. I don't know, maybe a spoon, a wooden spoon. is
Sharpened
pretty
stick.
dangerous. Yeah.
There you go.
I'd
A
be
butter
scared of
knife.
a guy with a wooden spoon.
My only question is, wasn't in the Lords of Lion wasn't there a way to see who was loyalist, neutral, or who
That is
the
what
princess thought
Ilya,
was
yeah,
neutral?
there is. She thinks she has some ideas on who may be neutral, revolutionary, or loyal to the crown, or have just general
Yes.
conflictions. I do have it. I put it away for now, so
Okay.
I do still have the notes in my screen, like,
Maybe Curly should ask him.
but
No, you're
Lord,
fine. I just
Gallus.
Well,
How
the
do you
only question
feel
then
about
is
the
how many.
royal crown?
My only question now, again, the last one, is in our little trip up the canal and everything, up this way and all that. How many districts are we going through that she thinks is loyalist? Because I assume that's would be our biggest issues.
Loyalist is actually on her side. Remember,
Oh, revolutionary. Sorry, fucking, I
revolutionary.
hate Far Cry.
So the revolution, those against the royal family. As far as I know, it could be the church. So we're going into 100% we're going to go into the church district, right?
Right, Nocturne.
So Nocturne district is essentially headed by the Cathedral of Eos,
Church. Okay.
and you can essentially use religion to twist people to do anything. So
I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
You're so right.
You're so based. I'm gonna kiss you. All right, so Nocturne. So Nocturne's, and then
That
this
was
part
bad.
up here. I know
up here
the
is
harbor
the what's it called? It's the what's the word I use for it? It's the press district essentially.
That's right. Okay. So, and this is neutral because of the dwarf there.
It's
doesn't
the
really
dwarf
much
just
care.
doesn't care about.
Right. And then Kurdish is loyalist. The harbor is itself.
Kurdish
loyalist.
it's not in my notes at least. It's not really loyalist, but it's much more neutral in the terms because every single lord has power in the harbor. They have some influence in there.
Okay.
Because
You're saying
everybody,
it's
if
a-
you're agriculture, which is a Scopo down here in the West Road, they need to get money by giving food to other not just Lions Guard, but they can be supplying food to other nations or getting products from others. If you're obviously your army and you collect taxes, you can use the army to use as resources, and you need to get weapons and supplies, possibly from dwarves in the north. Everybody has their own stake in the harbor. Like if you're embassies or diplomats, you have to get to other nations, so you have to use Kurdish Harbor, things like that. It's just an overall hub. While there is a company that kind of think of while Amazon completely controls the online market in our world essentially, but that's not the only one. There's a bunch of other companies. There's Apple, there's Microsoft.
It's just the biggest one.
Yeah, and the one with the most influence that everybody tries to adhere to,
No, I get you. Okay, I just want to double check, just because now I have a better idea that essentially one of our biggest issues is passing this district with the princess.
Yeah,
because
so the princess will be hiding her identity via normal means, but I'm sure. So you can only concentrate on one thing. So Damwain's using his spell to make Gallus's mask. So can't concentrate on two spells to make Ilya look like something different. Let me I need to find Gallus's
disguiser.
You can
with
use
the
a disguise kit.
kit.
Yes, you can.
I'll do that.
Hey, can you? No, you need to make me look bloody. I'm gonna use bandages under my face, so if my helmet seems to disappear, so round two, we gotta make it look bloody.
So for now,
a little bit, or
so for now, Wyatt's going to be using Baron Gallus's token.
Baron Gallus.
All right, cool. I think yeah. So
Let me just.
I just wanted to see how dangerous it's going to be getting to the harbor.
What do you mean?
I'll let this be controlled
What do
by
you mean?
Nick. There you go. We're trying to move it around, Nick. Give me
I don't see it.
Oh, I didn't change the view.
Yeah, we're looking at the harbor. Just looking at the map.
Move it around a little bit.
Yes, this is it.
I shouldn't have done that. I was really close to my drink.
Why is my thing
Look at me.
out on me? There we go. We're good.
My
Also,
name's Baron Von
for Paul,
Gallus.
Paul, you here?
You call this a boat?
Nathan, I will punch you.
please do.
Okay, why do you treat me like this? Don't you see how I'm?
Paul, you there?
Mockery. See, this is why I told you that you should never get a lot of money. This is why I steal most of it from you.
What?
Paul, I would prefer if you use your mic, if anything. Just letting you know. So, yeah, we don't hear you. But I will ask you the question: what are you going to do with the Baron's horse? The Baron came in with his horse, and now you're coming out on a ship. Are you just going to keep it at the village? Are you going to bring it with you guys?
Let's ride on it on the boat.
on skiffs. I don't think Alice would do that.
Sure.
Oh no. The boat just tips over because I'm sitting here riding a horse on it.
Wait, another thing I think. When I talked to
Here we
you
go.
last week, Poison Ducky Zenthos was gonna offer Ilya like commoner clothes to wear.
We
so
have
she
we
can
have a
blend in
disguise
better.
kit.
Okay.
I think I did it right.
Yeah, the 16 on
Well-
disguise kit. She's wearing like shoddy clothes. She's
Yeah.
from the village of Rudius, as far as she knows. She's dyed her hair no longer blonde. She may be brunette. It's easier to make blonde hair look go away, essentially.
How's the mic now? Can you hear it now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can't we
Just
have
roll it down.
our pretend Gallius ride the horse? But on the skiff, horses can usually go on boats too. But I don't know if these are big enough.
They're like fishing boats.
Yeah,
like
no.
I'll say I'll say this: to get the entire party, we're going to have like 2 skiffs, so we can probably fit a horse on one of them. So
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll use the horse, and then he can ride the horse because that's what.
he
Gallus
can ride
is
his,
doing
his
the
real
first
horse.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, because he's the
horse.
real Gallus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally the
Make
real
an
Gallus.
animal check. Animal handle.
I have a
Mm.
gun to its head. It's gonna tell me. It's gonna do what I tell it.
You
We
need
did
me
it.
to be
It's happening
your
now.
handler for the
I just
horse?
want to see if he gets bucked off while we're like riding.
Just keep feeding him carrots, and you'll be okay.
I have my.
You did
I'm too
what's it called? Wade did do a pretty high roll at the very beginning of the session.
Oh yeah,
horse
dang
is-
it.
The horse is fine for now.
Well,
Just don't like shoot it or anything, you know.
Thank you.
Don't shoot the horse
I
and
won't
point
shoot a
blank of
horse.
everybody.
So
But
let's
they-
get everybody's characters. Wyatt, you stay as Gallus.
We're gonna run down to.
All right, that's the entire party for today, I believe.
Give me
You
my
look
damn
very
bird.
metal.
Your bird's just riding on my shoulder. It's okay.
And as before you guys leave on your mission to infiltrate the city, Boss says, "Good luck, everybody. Just don't end up dead."
I don't need peasant
Enough
luck.
dead. I don't
You're
need
playing
your
the part just
bullshit.
a little much.
Aggression. If you keep doing that in the presence of only us, I will punch you.
It's working.
Such a great
love
Gallus
me.
impression.
It's like Tobey Maguire. They love me.
They really love me.
You know, I might be tempted to have everyone shit on you.
What's that?
Please do.
All right. So back to the map as we go. You begin your travel. Let me get to the Rivertown music going as you go to the
Go to Tilted Towers.
Tilted Towers.
Right over there.
So this is the Tilted Tower.
As you begin making
Look
your
what I can hear.
journey past T-Town, the aforementioned T-Town that has been newly named, you as you make your
30.
Hmm? Is there T in T-Town?
No, obviously
No.
not. That's stupid.
Come on, fucking give the program. Anyways,
You see, as you make your way up the river in your little fishing skiffs, you see what is essentially the view of Lion's Guard. Quite familiar to most of you, as this very tall, hierarching stone, essentially sculpted in the vision of Leo to make a grand military power that could hopefully be a utopia to all. all the people that he felt was worth his time. And once again, as you go up, you see a little outlet. And I'll like kind of ping where you guys are currently at. You guys are like at the entrance of into the district. As you just see farmers going by having their usual spats, and you may pass by other ships and things, but this is a relatively small riverway. None of the huge business is happening from this passageway. In fact, one of the only real ways this river goes to is between Rudius and Lion's Guard, so it's not a very important one. But when you get to the entrance, you see what essentially is a sort of keep, a gully, where it's almost a security checkpoint of sorts. As you look upon the walls and you see the stone marbled, you see that the people helming this checkpoint are all holding halberds, and all of them with the symbol of Eos, which is like a cross upon their shoulder pads. If you look a little bit closer, Grolar, why don't you make a perception check for me?
Okay.
Grolar, I believe.
Is there?
Raptor's dead.
Norwegian male.
Norwegian boy, no! You know, who else has decently good vision in this party?
I have
I would assume
+3
I have.
perception mod.
I have a 4 perception mod.
You know, as you get HK being ever wary as he usually is, why don't you make a perception check for me?
And do. Oh, hey.
Among the guards, you see paladins, a little much higher class of, I would say, protectors for the Church of Eos, and they wave down the party to come to their security checkpoint. They also clearly see the nobleman on their horse as Baron Gallus begins waving. And the rest of the party is rowing, and Repo, I would say, like, in sort of like in canon, like the entire party's going to be on this boat. So like Repo would be like doing all the rowing as he's the most experienced with sea travel and things like that. And you have other people just doing their part. As Anchor, are you actually running on the bottom of this river, like under the boat?
I want to say yes, but the other part of me wants to say I'm just rowing.
His big shield.
Yeah, you use your big shields to row.
Yeah.
He's actually the back one. He's rowing like, his arms like extended out in the water.
Okay, so in Anchor's skiff, you can just imagine Anchor's in the back and everybody else on his skiff is at the very tip of the front, so that the balance is correct. As you see this machine just go in unison as its arms move forward and back, pushing, using its tower shields, using this tiny little skiff. And
I was thinking of being like an engine, where I put my legs in the water, I'm just kicking.
I don't know about that one. You would definitely sink.
Okay.
But you're using your tower shields to push upon the little boat. And as they wave you down, how will you guys react?
I would like to say beforehand, before we start pulling in, cautionary. I see that they not only have the normal guard, but it seems they have more high-ranking people of the church with them. I don't know. Be wary.
I'll just follow whatever anyone else or whatever everyone else is gonna do.
Wait, hold on, real quick before I forget. Gallus is a count or duke, or is that either one?
He is a baron.
Duke. Oh, Baron.
Baron.
Yeah.
That's. I gotta figure out the 3 names. Okay.
I will. As for certain things, a baron doesn't own. He doesn't have. A count would be like a lord, essentially. He would have
Okay.
one of these sections to himself, with the very exception of the middle. But a baron would just have a property, and he's like a higher class. Baron tends to be a title given from a count, if that makes sense. So he may not even have directly known the royal family, but a count give him enough prestige so that he has a decent, maybe a plot of land, perhaps, or something like that.
Okay, I just want to make sure I get the title right. I turn to Baron Gallus and I go,
What is
assessment.
it?
Baron Gallus, what do you think should be our plan of action?
Well, first of all, I think our robot in the back is a little conspicuous, considering
Well,
he just
I will say background reasons why Anchor used to be a protector of the church. So his Warforged are not exactly like I do want to state that being a Warforged is not like a negative. It's like maybe somebody may be curious about it or be interested in how you function or something like that, but they're not going to be. It's not like you're a tiefling. They're not going to be straight up shunning you.
I just want to know what's Anchor's like when he left. Was it like a big deal or?
He's just one of many. He may be been a protector, but he doesn't have. If he's just a level at the time he left, he was a level 3. So using a little bit of like in-game translation, if a level 3 left the Church of Eos, I feel like they may not care as much. I mean, if it was level 15, yeah, they'll be like, why the hell did a level 15 killer robot leave us? But no, he's level 3.
Yeah.
Level 3, he could probably come back and forth as please.
If anything, they may have thought he was expendable.
I think I might be the most conspicuous because, Grotto is kind of big.
Oh, yes. You just see this Goliath standing here with his bow on his back and a bird on his shoulder, the great Aaron. He stands tall and proud, though, because Goliaths, that's how they generally pose themselves.
Yeah.
I got
we
a
can-
cool facade to tell them I just picked. I got the. I'll know what to tell them when I get up to.
As
the
they
gate.
I was gonna say,
wave
we
you
could-
down and you hear the ding, ding, as they show you a spot for your skiffs to land onto the checkpoint.
Thank you, good sir.
Wait,
Guess we
one
pull in.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
let's
guys
pull
begin
into
to
the
pull
spot.
in as an official walks up to the skiffs. It's skiffs plural because not all of you guys can fit in a.
One. Right.
Yeah. So let me just accurately put your positions. Damwain
As you're pulling in, can I just whisper into the Baron's ears? I'm gonna act like your bodyguard. It's best way. I can't hide.
I mean, I was gonna say we have a group, big, small enough group to be just like bounty hunters he bought.
Or
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put me in the right boat.
Man.
Oh, I was apparently yelling at Gallus over here. Bro.
Yes.
Okay.
Esteemed travelers, as this man. Let me just use the right. Nope.
Here, get my bag, Scroller.
As this man walks up, you see he's clad in a bright metal armor with runes shining on, a red cape flowing behind him, and he is clearly one of the paladins that was stationed at this checkpoint. Esteemed travelers, I see you've returned to Lion's Guard. May I
Yes, you
see?
said steamed.
As Baron, I'm assume you're going to be mounted for this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So as Wyatt in quotation marks mounts the warhorse and gets on and begins to walk on the creaky docks. Oh, I see. Is that Baron Gallus?
Oh, how do you do?
Baron Gallus, I'm confused. When you left Lion's Guard, you left with your steed and a few of your knights. Where did your knights go, and why are you on a fishing skiff of this stature? As he looks at your, like, they're not fancy, okay?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we ran into some bandits, and they killed those. What would be a word for underlings? I don't know.
You just said it.
But yeah, they killed those
Underlings.
bandits. I had to stop in the town and hire these vagrants, vagabonds.
You're saying you hired these rabble folk to no,
Yeah.
of course, no mean intentions to your I would say your servants. What would they be? Your attendees. Of course, for normal standards, I will have to inspect them if that's okay. We don't want any illegal items coming from outside the outskirts of our kingdom to join us in this holy kingdom.
Obviously, we wouldn't want any, vagrants to get in here.
Yes. Well, Baron, please make yourself at home in our marketplaces, possibly. Should you want to look around and talk to the guards people while I just search around and identify the people that you've brought?
Well, could you make it a little snappy? We got places to be.
Of course.
Alrighty.
Wareham, please check the ones on the left while I check the ones from Baron Gallus's. He doesn't detect anything wrong with, what's it called? He doesn't detect any illusion or anything along the lines of Baron Gallus. I'm sure I want to make him slightly larger because he's supposed to be, like, mounted on
What's your cast feat for the illusion magic, Damwain? Or do I feel like we would have won.
It is. No, that's the wrong one. It's the other one. 60.
60.
Okay.
We're good.
Alright.
Just don't sprint
Alrighty.
away on your horse.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
As the esteemed paladin goes up to Grolar, please state your profession and purpose for joining us in Lion's Guard.
That's my bodyguard.
Skywatcher. Bodyguard for hire.
A bodyguard for Gallus, alright. And may I ask, do you have any sort of magical items on your person?
I wish.
I wish.
I could charge higher for my services with those.
No, that's very interesting. Wareham, as the female paladin beckons, don't forget the normal protocols as she puts down a zone of truth. Can't run a church without. Let me just check
The zone of truth, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Come on, man.
That spell is fun.
If I
large
had a
is it?
nickel every time Zone of Truth is used on me, I have 2 nickels.
Not much, but
This is so bullshit. So when it's happened twice and it's the same DM.
That's why he knows you love it.
That's fine over there. Don't move it. Just leave it right there. It's fine.
no, Baron Gallus is outside of it. He's esteemed.
Ah, fuck.
So I
It
guess we have
moved.
to make this save now to see if we fail or not.
Yes, everyone,
not
please make a
insane.
charisma saving throw. And if you
Oh,
so how Zone of Truth works is if you save, the person who casts it will know that they can still tell a lie, if that makes sense. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails. You know whether each creature succeeds or
Oh, God.
fails. The save is just 12.
Oh my
can we make that save 6? Can we make that save 6 real quick?
Oh, damn!
Can I have Damwain's
All right.
fucking rules?
So as the zone of truth lands upon you,
I would like to look at-
Damwain, using his intricate trickster knowledge of the arcane, weaves himself in a way. He changes it so when he reacts to the zone of truth, he is the only one in the zone of truth that can lie, and the caster does not know. Hey, Anchor, get back
Anchor
there.
tries to... You can't really...
I just want to push by him.
Anchor, get
I
back
was
there.
right behind Guy Watcher.
Can
Yeah.
I look at HK and Zinthos and I tell you, Scribe and Muscle, I need help off my horse. The two that failed.
No.
What are we not allowed?
Well, he can say that, and then he says, "Wait, let me inspect them first.
Yes, if you must.
We don't want any illegal magic items. It's just proper protocol. You should be completely aware of this, Gallus. It's something that you would hold up to, especially with your stature."
It's been a long day.
Yes. All right. As he inspects
Giggles.
Grolar's weapons and he sees the bird. Let me get Aaron in here. Actually, I don't see why Aaron's not.
Yeah,
here.
that's thing because I said I didn't have any magical items, and I mean it's not wrong because
No, you're completely
but...
fine.
He's sweating. He's like, I don't know if I have a medical item.
It's like when you get pulled over.
All right.
Well,
And he
you're
looks
going-
at Aaron and this bird of yours. Did you train yourself?
Indeed.
Quite impressive. Does it have the ability to listen to commands and do complicated tasks?
Yes.
Shit on you.
Interesting. You just hear a whisper in the back. It can shit on you. He's also
Very
telling the
mute
truth.
and just kind of like...
All right, you may pass. As Grolar and make a pass. Now, this esteemed metallic man, I see. Are you by chance a protector of the Church of Eos?
Yes. Affirmative.
That is fantastic. You have great company with you, Baron Gallus, to have one of these protectors. Quite durable.
Diamond in the rough, as it were.
Interesting. Well, as he is connected to our church, I tend to speak highly of them. But maybe as he looks at these massive tower shields, an interesting modification of this one. Have you by chance not been acting with the church recently?
I had a mission.
And what was that recent mission?
My bodyguard, of course.
There you go.
Before Anchor, why don't you make a charisma? Why don't you make a why don't you make a persuasion roll with advantage since you're correctly disguised and everything, Nick?
You said charisma?
It can be persuasion.
Persuasion.
Persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Oh.
My bodyguard, of course, is like, a bodyguard. But have you been doing anything that's? What was your specific mission not with the Church of Eos? Baron Gallus is with us in the church, so have you been doing anything that's not related to the church?
Could I say that I was like your mother? Sorry.
Well, that's
a
not.
lie.
Protecting like the outskirt cities
You
or the small towns around.
you don't have to say "Can I say that" to me. You just say "I say" or like.
Yeah.
So how would you can? How would Anchor say it?
Good question. I've been protecting the outskirt cities or towns.
Oh, interesting. Has there been something happening in the outskirts that have been dangerous to the cities?
I mean, couple of bandits.
Bandits, the usual. So you're just protecting the
Yeah.
innocent. And
Yep.
any news of any possible other humanoids, goblins, werebears, sorts, hobgoblins? Any news of those?
Not really. They've just been in their
Ooh,
area.
You can't say that, Anchor.
Try again. I saved.
No. If you don't, everybody that saved, the caster knows that you saved.
Oh.
So that if
Well,
okay, actually, I
okay.
should reiterate that. So she knows the only person that she knows that can lie, that she doesn't know that can lie is Damwain, essentially,
Okay.
because he rolled two
Incognito.
You got
nat 20s.
double nat 20.
He
Fucking.
plays.
Well, then, okay. Let me say, there has been goblins come about and attacked villages.
And you came to aid of those village. How noteworthy.
Yes.
Rather, as I said, good company for you, Gallus. You may pass. Interesting armaments as well, as he looks at your two wet tower shields that you used as rows. Now, next up, the little halfling I see. May I ask you your origins and your purpose?
These are my boats.
They're your boats. So he hired you for these shipping skiffs. That is interesting. Will you be returning back to your home after transporting Gallus? Or what is your purpose here after transporting this crew, I could say?
I'm already here, so I was going to go through to the harbour and go out to do some fishing.
Sounds interesting, sounds interesting. Fishing? You are going to the north side, I presume, of the city?
Yeah, all the way through.
Sounds good. Now, do you have any magic items on you, or are you yourself a magic caster? As you're the only one that looks remotely nerdy among you. Like, Anchor is like he's a big chunk of metal, and Grolar is this muscle-bound guy with a owl on his shoulder. They don't even look remotely magic. But Damwain, with a book, he has his spell book, and being short and having a big brain intelligence score, he's like, are you a caster by chance? Do you have any form of magic with you?
Only a minor form of magic to help around the boat.
Oh,
That little
interesting.
that little hand spell comes in remarkably handy to have a third arm.
Okay, so nothing intricate.
Nothing intricate, no.
All right. Well, if you are to stay here, you can either remain on the boat or come with Gallus. If Gallus requests it. But of course, Gallus will have to be going back to the reporting to the church. I think that's yes. So this part of these half of the skiffs have been properly investigated. Now, could you do the rest, Wareham? Of course. As she walks up to Zenthos, and Zenthos did not make the charisma save, so he cannot lie, and she knows completely. So Zenthos, please name yourself and why you're here with Baron Gallus.
I'm Zenthos. I'm a magical help
but
he picked
okay.
up along the way.
A magic caster. Are you by chance related to the anti-magic college of Lionsguard, or maybe the magic college in Kingston, the arcane college in Kingston's?
The college in Kingston. This will be my first visit to the anti-magic guild.
And what is your what's it called? And what sort of items do you bring upon you? Is there anything that could be dangerous?
I suppose I've got my spell book and my arcane focus. But
Yes.
those
May I
aren't
please
too
take a look at those?
Of course.
As you hand over the spell book to her, and she begins to read over. She looks at the spells. I'm going to look at your spell list real quick.
Man has Fireball casually sitting in his book.
Prestidigitation. You see, even though I'm a member with the church, I am still literate in arcane languages. It's very useful when hunting people that use their magic in ways that are less than favorable. And generally, certain spells indicate that you tend to be a more dangerous person. Now, I see in your cantrips, prestidigitation, fire. You don't have summon bonfire in your cantrips. Is there any reason why you don't have that?
I don't think it's a useful spell.
Excuse me?
Ooh.
Summon bonfire is one of the most useful spells in the history of spellcasting.
I can't believe I hired that cretin. Let me talk to him.
Yes. Sorry, you may not know this way, but this is a dumb callback.
Oh my god.
I love just having the background a faint whisper from the heavens, Colin, like,
Leo.
Growler, hold my horse. I'll be right back.
Baron Gallus, you employed somebody that did not have the spell summon bonfire in their cantrips. This is just preposterous.
I'll talk to him about this.
puffing and puffing.
I just can't believe it. You're getting a 20% pay cut, mister.
Oh, it looks through the spelled mage armor. Okay, protection, chromatic orb. Oh, chromatic orb. That's actually a dangerous spell. May I know the reason why you have a spell like this in your spell book?
Spells like this, they're great for self-defense.
Self-defense. And what was your occupation again?
I'm a scribe.
A scribe. Okay.
Apparently not a good one without campfire.
You know, summon campfire. Like, honestly. What it's... You don't even know the history of summon campfire, and you're a scribe. What a...
He's vagabond.
Comprehend languages, detect magic, shield, absorb elements, very defensive overall, locate object, mirror image, misty step, and scorching ray. You know, I don't think scorching ray is a very self-defense spell. Why you could have chosen other things, among other things, as in... Let me try to think. There's definitely more defensive spells out there that you could have learned. Have you used the spell Scorching Ray anytime in the past month?
Great for building campfire.
He does it the old-fashioned way.
What'd you answer away?
Oh, he said he has.
And what was the reason, and what did you direct this spell at?
Something before the fight.
There was a very hot-headed man bothering Rudius.
A hot-headed man bothering Rudius. And his name?
Gallius.
What? Sorry.
Gals, you're telling me you hired this scribe that shot a fire spell at you, and he doesn't have the summon bonfire cantrip? I'm sorry. You know, I believe it, Baron. I believe your judgment to be sound, but via my judgment, I think this one should remain on the boat.
You know what? Let me straighten him out. I'll get him down to the college. We'll get him some real magic.
You're trying to educate him, sir.
I will now.
Well, I do. So I will. As you are definitely a possible threat and somebody that I know should be monitored. Please write here your name, as she has like a little board, a clipboard, you could say, your name, your place of birth, and make sure we have, and we're going to make it so that you consent to having yourself be monitored at any time.
Very well. Xanthos has his magical quill appear in hand. And he writes down his name, know where he was born, and he consents to being monitored.
Interesting. Well, thank you very much, Baron Gallus. I want you to know that. Also, I will be right now sponsored by Gallus. Should any negative actions be taken, it will be under your responsibility, under your jurisdiction, to either punish, or if should they do something atrocious, you will bear the responsibility of bringing this person into the city.
I'll bring him here. I'll arrest him myself.
While the
well.
book is out, can I just speak with animals on other birds flying around? See if I can get them to crap in the book where the name
my
is being
God.
written.
Oh,
Anchor will watch.
Okay,
Oh my
why don't you
God.
make so as you let me check the spell if it has a verbal, because if you just start chanting all of a sudden, that may be suspicious. So speak with animals has a verbal component, it has a V. And a semantic, which means you have to make like figures with your hands. You have to do like some sort of.
Then that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, never mind.
All right.
So they'll probably like shitting on them.
If you were a sorcerer and had like silent spell, that could have worked, but you don't.
Yeah, I'm not. And I mean, they know my other bird can shit on people, so that would be kind of obvious.
All right. Baron Gallus, would you mind if we confiscate the spell book of this caster for safety reasons? We don't want them to have any sort of. As he said, he has launched this spell at you of all people, and I don't want to. I don't want to have him have this capabilities while inside the village. I mean, the city. And as the second, I would second that, Gallus. I second this, Gallus. I think we should confiscate his spell book until he leaves this port.
Anchor would watch him carefully.
Of course, protector of Eos. So, would you mind handing your spell book?
I just look at Zinthos and just kind of like, just hand it over.
Well,
Thank you very
Zinthos.
much. As she steps back, I'll do the rest of the inspections. You may go to your lord.
I'd like to I'd like to fake smack him. This is for not having campfire.
Xanthos pretends to clutch his cheek.
Hey, can I try doing a sleight of hand to try to take the book from them?
You would like to try? Okay.
A robot taking a book.
With your giant
Silent.
shields and your
This tower of a man that's probably casting a shadow over the.
I will let you
The
rethink.
sleight of hand.
What?
I'll let you rethink what you're going to try to do.
Okay, never mind.
I love the term. You should certainly try to rethink that.
By the way,
the reason.
where you keep
Okay, like if he was playing like a normal character, I'd be like, yeah, sure, you can try. And even if he wasn't a rogue, but like you're a robotic machine with the program of protection. I feel like you don't have the capability that's sleight of hand.
Steal. True.
Like
That's
HK, yeah. Anchor holding two shields at all times, trying to steal something. Yeah, that's like an immediately. It's so out of hit. Yeah.
Can I say Anchor, like, he doesn't always hold the shields
No.
at his front
You
all the
always
time.
hold the shields.
Well, I was gonna say, like, can you put one on its back so he just has, like, one holding?
Yeah, that could make sense. Right, the next one is another metallic man. May you state your name and purpose here?
Introduction. My name is HK47. I am a bounty hunter sent here. I'm looking for work,
A bounty
and I
hunter.
found work here.
And you found work with Baron Gallus. Interesting. Now, do you have any magical capabilities?
Leave it. No, but I have weapons and abilities allowing me to kill such, how should I say, repulsive people.
Interesting.
tell him
Wait. Were you gonna say something, Nick?
no.
What are you gonna say, Nick?
No. Go ahead.
And have you pointed any of these weapons, or have you used any of these weapons of those that follow the Church of Eos recently?
Statement. No, I have
Told
not.
you we-
I've been too busy learning alchemy.
And then, all right, it's an interesting skill to learn, especially for a machine that does not consume it. As he cannot lie, correct? As where it says no, I would know. Then please pass.
Statement. Very well.
Now the last.
Two robot comrades.
I see a man armed with a long-ranged weapon as yourself. An interesting. What is this weapon that you wield?
A rifle.
A rifle. And is there anything magic about it? Arcane by chance?
It shoots bullets.
An interesting statement. Now, have you used this weapon as of recently?
Of course.
And what was the purpose of it?
I kill anything I'm paid to kill.
Have you been paid to kill anything as of recent?
Not really recent.
Could you name something that you have taken out with your weapon as of recent? Something, a trophy perhaps. I'm curious to see what this sort of weapon can take down.
Tell him about the bear.
Yeah.
An owl bear. A quite formidable weapon, indeed. You said, why is this one under your wing, Gallus? As he calls back over his shoulder.
Well, it's just the muscle. You need somebody that has a ranged attack.
A ranged attack as he looks at HK with his guns and looks at Grolar with his bows. A lot of ranged, I see. And then I see,
Yeah.
but the protector could probably fit in. Well, thank you for answering my questions. I don't see any malicious intent. And it's interesting to know that you've killed an owl bear before. You may pass. As the last person steps next to. And please. Hello. What is your occupation and what is your relation to Baron Gallus? As Ilya begins attempting, she begins to ponder. She looks completely different here, I'll say. My occupation is of royal stature, and my relation to Baron is that she struggles. He is under me. She stutters. She tries to stop herself. He is under me.
Don't talk about last night, honey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was one of the best saves of anything for that. That I could probably think of.
I'm sorry. She gets a little push. She says a little too much sometimes.
That's you know what I completely as the paladin blushes. You know that's a little bit too much information. No worries about that. I won't question about that sort of business with Gallus.
Gallus likes to be dominated. What?
It's just like me, for real, for real. It's
Oh
just
my
like...
god! Please pass. She makes her
Come
way.
over here.
You can put down the zone of truth. Thank you, Wareham. I'm so embarrassed to ask. I had no idea, Gallus. That's something. That's just sorry about that. As he composes himself.
Oh, you know how it is.
I was actually planning to try and save that there, but hey ho.
Okay. And that was like I couldn't even think of some way to try to get her out of that, and then you said that, and I was like, wow, that actually kind of makes sense. It's so dumb that works. Oh no. She doesn't speak another word as the bubble goes down. Well, thank you. We'll lead Baron Gallus. Could one of the, as you hear a bell ring, ding. Could a knight of Eos come? And you see coming.
Actually, real quickly, who has the book right now?
This
Yeah, I was
one
about to
right.
Yeah,
ask.
Synthesis book.
I'd like to.
Wait, are you doing something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask her. It's like, just so I know, where my my new recruit's weapons are for in the future after he gets learned some about magic, real magic.
Well,
where is the book so he can
they
use
will
them?
remain in the docks, in one of our
In the
holdings.
dock.
Yes, it will be
Okay.
among us. She can. The spellcaster can come and take the spell book back should he be properly educated.
Is it okay? All right, let's go, squad.
Let's go. Where are we dropping? Dropping boys.
Alrighty. So as I'll lead you back to the cathedral.
Honey, hop on my horse.
As
My horse.
no, it's Gallus' horse. I don't want to know. As she tails behind. You make your way. Wait, let me just get everybody's tokens.
Damwain wants to be a cool kid by himself.
Damwain, he's a different breed.
Nope.
Stay
Okay,
close,
doesn't he?
scribe.
I just send Erin flying overhead.
As the knight begins leading his way and the rest of the party are close behind, the knight begins to strike up a conversation with Gallus as they walk through the Nocturn district. The Nocturn district seems eerily quiet, very uniform, as you don't see any normal peasants making their way or doing their business. Everyone seems to be almost in a lockdown of sorts. And you see at every corner as you begin walking down the paths that there seems to be guards, there seems to be paladins, and it seems very devoid of civil life, I can say. So Baron Gallus, welcome back to the Nocturn district as he begins walking down with you guys. Please.
Yes, welcome I am.
Did you find your mission into the outer reaches of Lion's Guard successful?
I found some hillbillies. Credence. I hate those vagabonds.
Interesting as he looks behind him, knowing that the rest of them can hear him. So I know you went out with one of the knights. Do you know what happened to him? A bandit killing a full-fledged knight is a little interesting.
You should have seen how many there was. It was a miracle I got out of there.
And you came out. Did you get any such injuries? Of course, the clerics at the church could look at that.
Well, nothing my entourage can't take care of. That's what I hired them for, after all.
An interesting one. Xanthos, he came with 2. I don't know if you were in that session. He came with 2. No, Xanthos asked, isn't one of the knights deleted from memory because one got eaten by the demon? If you remember back, he had 2 knights. One of them was with him more for when the demon came, and one was missing by the time that. So they still have memory of one.
Oh, right.
So you weren't there for the session that you saw that there was 2 knights with him when he first originally went to this to the village to threaten them. So it's completely fine that you know that. Any sort of difficulties other than the bandits? Did the people annoy you at your behest?
You wouldn't believe it.
Well, an interesting group you have here as well. Very interesting for sure. Well, I'll be leading you off to the church. I'm sure the Archbishop would like to have a word with you. Would you like me to rein in your horse and keep it well? Or would you like... Or what would you like me to do with your horse, your steed?
I don't think we have to go far, do we? I'll let one of my new comrades take care of it. One of them over there is really good with animals.
Oh,
I let him feed him.
by your request. As you dismount and he leads you to the front of the Cathedral of Eos, you see what is essentially the Notre Dame of Lionsguard, a intricately beautiful terrain and scrape with the painted glass pictures of what seems to be a female goddess that gives signs of life. You can see plant life, flowers, and a sense of holiness as you begin to enter the cathedral. Standing at one of the fronts, near the back, giving a sermon about Eos and her kindness towards the human race and her kindness towards everybody. You see...
That's a quick question.
Yeah.
Since I'm with the horse, am I just outside the cathedral then?
Yeah, you will be... You're just outside tending to the horse. You, as you begin to enter, you see Archduke Borelius. Let me get specifically Gallus's token in here.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it gonna be the changing music?
How dare you make me little?
There you go.
DM, I'm looking at you.
DM, please, I beg of you to make me bigger.
This is why.
Oh, welcome back, Gallus. Or, as far as I can tell, welcome. Did you complete your mission of getting donations from the village of Rudius?
I shook them down, but they were just dirt poor.
Oh, I know you, Gallus. I know you have your ways. You have found something of value at that village?
Just the help I found along the way. They're proving to be quite useful against those bandit vagabonds.
Oh, so you've met with bandits. Did you get any donations from them by chance?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, that's quite disappointing, Gallus.
Yes, I apologize.
Oh, an apology from the great Baron Gallus. That is something to note. Something indeed. He's gonna make.
You know I don't give those out, so you know I'm.
Yeah, it's so rare that I'm actually gonna have him make an intelligence check here.
Come on.
This is the classic Telltale games. The priest will remember this.
The priest remember that you apologized because you're Baron Gallus, and he never apologizes.
Oh, never hear.
He just makes
Why was doing
excuses.
such a good job?
Oh, he's such
Why
an
did such a good
idiot.
job?
As he looks, an apology. I feel, Eos bless me, for I have received an apology from Baron Gallus. As he says that out loud, you see some of the clergy laugh a little bit.
I can't tell if he's on a higher stature than me or not.
Yeah, he is standing on sort of a podium.
Is he like Can I tell by his entourage that he might be a big? Is he a bigger wig than I am? Obviously.
He's the Archbishop.
So he's a big deal.
He's essentially the closest thing to the Pope. If there was a Pope in this world.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
and you.
So we can kill the Pope.
Hey, Assassin's Creed, what?
I think that horse out there is making some noise. I swear. Good help is so hard to find these.
So, well, knowing that your performance was not the greatest in terms of donations for the church, I find it that you may have to go out again to find some more donations. Do you think that's fair?
You are so right. That's nothing more than I love to do that.
You know, I love that we have very alike minds, Gallus. So, why don't you get rest? I'll get you a few more of the clergymen, and we can look for more donations along the outskirts of our nation. There's a lot to fund here in the church, of course.
Get the ones with the long pointy sticks, the halberds.
Of course.
Those guys are the greatest.
They're fantastic at protection that you no doubt need.
What? Are you insinuating?
Of course not, guys. They're just effective. By EOS.
Yeah.
EOS just wants you to survive as you are a holy member, and it would be a shame if you would go to join her so early.
It
Yes.
would be a shame if you lost your head.
Don't lose your.
I swear it's getting pretty the rabble's rousing out there.
Yes. So, I hope you completely understand your assignment. You're to go back out there and get some donations. I don't want any miscommunication among us. As you can see a sort of like sly look in him as he almost looks like threateningly like get donations this time. But he's in front of people, so he can't look evil, or mean.
You know what would help? A relic from the church. That'll get him this time.
You're such a joker,
weapon.
Gallus.
What's that?
You're such a joker, Gallus. You're so funny. Why don't you just go now and work on your business? Go back to your manor.
I'll see you later. Just stop laughing after the door. Because Gallus is such a fucking poser.
My
Why
God.
is he such a fucking poser?
I love that guy.
Oh, Aslan says, right, Gallus. The halfling remains at the docks, and as essentially because Damwain's at the docks, these guys are here. Grolar's. Will you be returning to your manor?
Yes.
And I trust I don't have to lead you there.
Well, I am one man down. So, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course.
I'd like to pull out, is he you said he's a knight?
Yeah, he's a knight.
Okay. I'd like to pull out, what's a good tipping over here?
That's
I'd
up
say
to
4
Gallus.
silver a gold. 2, is gold a lot? Yeah, gold's a lot. About 2 gold. Give him 2 gold.
You give 2 gold to the knight. So generous, Gallus. I'll let you, we'll take the faster route. As he begins moving quickly, he wait, let me get Aaron. Aaron messes up everything. God damn it, this stupid bird. All right.
What? Stupid.
As he pushes, he's like, "Get out of the way! The Baron has somewhere important to be. Get out of the way!" As the gladiator and the peasant.
Everything I do is important.
Out of the way! Very important matters.
That bird is smarter than you.
I just want to look at Ilya. I think it's 2B. Not even joking.
Who's 2B?
Ilya, because of the white hair
Oh yeah, she's totally 2B.
and like the armor.
She's an android. You
Yeah.
didn't know that?
I can see that. I can see it.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, and as you make it to the manor, and this is at this point, if I want to. As you guys begin making, I'll add a note that you guys know where Gallus's manor is. Into the deep of the Nocturn district. You see a very decorated home. And he leads you to the gate as he says, "Of course, Baron, welcome back home. I trust that you will have... I trust you'll have a great time until your next expedition for donations."
Yes.
As you
No, I
begin
understand.
as you enter the manor, you see... Wait, let me get his theme song. Baron Gallus
I'm
has a theme
so
song.
rich.
Yeah, the famous. Oh, golly, God's tongue.
Hmm. Do I have servants?
Oh, it's fucking from It is okay. From Shiniverse.
Is it on repeat? Because you guys will have to listen to this until you leave this place. Because it's just what
really
Baron
cool.
Gallus... Yes, this is what you'll have to be listening to.
Whenever you stepped a foot,
The second
the
you step
manor.
onto Baron Gallus's property, you hear
this
violins
is the
ringing.
song.
in your ears.
Yeah.
Oh, smells like home.
Well,
Okay,
have your rest, and we will be sending more, and you can have your... We will have another expedition to get some much-needed funds for the church. I have some important matters to deal with when it comes to dealings with the people. They're very They're unruly these days, especially with the royal family being gone. But please make yourself at home. As Baron, the second he steps into, you see servants begin to take off the armor on his horse, lead it over to the side stables. Baron, they move to the door and they what's it called? They begin to take off Baron Gallus's armor, but like motion as they sort of... The knight leaves, of course, but they begin to take off Baron Gallus's armor.
I sustained an injury. Could you be a little easy? I'll do this myself.
Oh, Baron,
Get up.
one of the servants. But Baron Gallus, if you have an injury, let us what's it called? Let us heal it for you and make sure to tend to it. We don't want any infections or anything like that. Should I get a cleric to do some cure wounds on you?
No. Why do you
I
think
was
I
gonna
hired these vagabonds?
As he says that, I approach him and... Can you fake cast a spell, or do you have to full cast even if they're healing? Does that make sense?
Oh, he's gonna think it's...
Can I fake cast? I have the spell, but can I essentially like do all the movements and everything?
Yeah, so you're gonna
except for the
pretend to do the spell, but not actually fire it off.
Exactly.
And what is the spell?
Is that possible? Cure wounds.
All right, so as you begin, wait, you know this?
Yeah, no cure wounds.
All right, so as the servant goes like,
HK.
Stage match. That is my job. He actually paid me money to learn this one.
oh, of course. Now, shall I get guest rooms for these? We have an outhouse. We have some. Shall I get some guest living quarters for these other people with you, Gallus? Or shall I just make them go on their merry way and find their own housing?
I guess they could sleep. How full is the servant quarters? Is everybody... Are we at full staff? Wait, this is winter time. I bet it isn't. You don't need gardeners.
It's not as full as we currently need, and some of the staff is quite angry and having some civil disobedience, as you could say. So we have enough room for what is the rest of this group.
Okay, put them with my servants.
All right.
But
I'll
let
put
them
them.
have access to the house,
I'll-
because they are.
That is. Are they cooks? Do they have cooking capabilities or cleaning? Or I wouldn't want them to be in your manor. You do hold such esteem for it. There has to be. This is me speaking here, but I should like. If I go back and edit this, I should put like a counter on the bottom right of how many times I've said esteem.
Esteemed.
Esteemed. Ding. Ding.
Well, make sure they're clean before you let them in. Wouldn't want any dirt on my carpets.
Of course, they're going to the servants' quarters. Shall we prepare a meal as well?
Anchor RG barges
A
in.
feast, not just a meal.
Of course. As everyone gets settled down, and the few servants, is only like 4 or 5 of them. I'm not going to name them as for just reasons.
That's fine.
They begin to clean the weapon and armors, going through everything. Zenthos does not have his book, and they one of the servants is literally just like trying to clean Anchor through like all this metal. Has this like. He's like, I'm gonna need like some water magic or like they don't have pressure washers, so there's like he's just trying to get every glink out of Anchor. And as they de-string Grolar's bow and they clean everything, make sure everyone's up to standard.
Okay. I was like, what?
No, well, you gave the command to have them not leave a spot of dirt in the manor.
Okay, they're cleaning. They're really cleaning.
And as this happens, Wade sits down on the side and provides entertainment for the night with a nat 20 harmonica in terms of performance. For the dinner service, Wade sits at one of the... Well, not sits, but he stands at the edge of the table with Baron Gallus. I'm assuming, unfortunately, as Damwain is back at the dock.
Yeah.
Wait, he didn't come with us? Why
No,
didn't he come with
he
us?
was held at the dock because he said those were his boats and that he was going further down.
What?
You mean further up?
Yeah, he was going further up the downriver.
Let's go
or
to the
upriver.
harbor.
So as you begin...
You would know that...
As you begin leaving the range and the concentration on the spell begins to waver, Baron Gallus goes up to put the feast into his helmet, very oddly still wearing his helmet at a meal. But the servants know not to question him at this point. The helmet disappears, and you see Wyatt's face appear at the end of the dinner table with everybody.
Did I not do the bandage thing?
You do have bandages on your face, so, but I'm gonna make some rolls.
Oh God! All right, I like to sell my weapons.
Everybody's
We're gonna have
at
to
this point. The
slaughter.
weapons have been cleaned, and they're in the living quarters while everyone's in the dining hall. Nobody has weapons right now.
Can I technically? Do I have mine? Because
These ninja maids?
Well, you still have your retractable
What
blade.
about me?
Yeah, well,
Okay, good. Okay.
Your shields are in the living quarters. You're just standing there.
So the only person with a weapon is me.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
got it. Shit. Okay.
You'll guys be fine. These are just commoners. They're servants.
How
You
many
say
servants?
that.
They don't question anything.
Well, they're gonna be like, "Yo, Lord Gallus, you looking like a bit diff, bro."
Oh,
Oh,
Gallus, as
They're servants. They should be looking at the floor.
True.
hell yeah.
due to the rather well-placed harmonica performance, most of the servants are just enjoying the atmosphere being given. But one of them goes, Gallus, you didn't tell us that you had such a wound upon your face. Let me tend to it immediately. This is...
Stop. Listen.
I like to stand up and yell, "Cautionary! That is my job. He paid me to do that. Do not touch him."
Well, of course...
I'm in some pain. Would you just
Can I
back
do it?
off?
Is that
God.
intimidation? Is that intimidation tech?
Yeah,
Or is
you
that
can
just...
make an intimidation check.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah.
of course. I wouldn't want to step on your occupation.
My what?
Sure.
He's talking to HK here, saying occupation, not you, Baron. That would be affront to you.
Yeah.
And as he continues the meal service, I would like everyone to go to your character sheet as they have a rather strong feast. Please add 15 temporary hit points to your character sheet, as a rather significant feast was given to you guys, and it was just extravagant. And it's, if I'm looking at downtime resources here, it's a feast at least made by somebody that has a cooking skills and proficient, right?
Nice.
So that would be 15 HP.
Does that improve? Does that apply to me?
Yes, everybody gets the temporary hit points until.
Just because we're robots, we can still eat.
You can
food.
still
It's
eat.
D&D.
Yes.
Can I just eat plates?
No. Please
Eat
don't.
warm
Please
plates.
don't. Please don't ruin the silverware of Baron Gallus.
Mockery. Hey, that one has always been interesting.
Except for you,
Please,
Damwain. Except for you, Damwain. Damwain, obviously you don't get the extra 15 hit points. You're not here. Now
Damwain literally just.
I would like
Can
to,
I, like,
as
take
this
some and
feast
bring
is
it to
this
Damwain?
feast is happening. Stormrunner, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here the entire time.
All right, I just
muted and laughing.
yeah.
Making myself
Baron Gallus.
So I'm going to change the camera angle a little bit here over to Damwain's perspective. Back on.
Never mind though. Backwards.
So back while like we're going back in time a little bit, we're changing the camera angle after you see the rest of your party just go on to a grand adventure, and you don't even know they're having the feast of their lifetime right now. When you're left with the skiffs here, and as everything was passed under inspection, and they knew that you couldn't lie while under the thing, even though you still could with your double nat 20s. Yes, you said you're just gonna head down to the trading and merchant district. So feel free to. I see you have two vessels here. Would you leave one here with us, and we can mark it as your property, Damwain?
Yeah, you can. Let me go to the trading district and pick up my crew.
All right, thank you very much. So he's going to mark. He has like a little. He gets the clipboard that Wareham was holding and makes a little note that this is owned by Damwain of Rudius, a simple fisher heading down to the market districts. And back to the map. So are you going? So you're going to head your way to the Kurdish Harbor district by yourself?
Yes, I'm going to head to the harbor.
In terms of performance and all that stuff, he's making a boat go is no real problem. As you go a little deeper, as you make your way across, you just hear some faint classical music in the distance, and you, oh yes, the food's exquisite.
Can Anchor like
what?
store some and like give it to Damwain?
I don't. There's probably no left. No, okay. Let me look at the party that's actually eating. We have Grolar, which probably eats enough for 3 people. Okay.
Well, I'll give him my share.
And also, hey, Aaron needs food. 4 people.
So there's that, and then Anchor, and everyone's just, you know what? Yeah, there's not enough leftovers for Damwain. I'm sorry, Anchor.
Dang it.
I'd like
Poor
to
Damwain.
look over to my left where HK is sitting and just whisper, like, this is exhausting.
Mockery. How do you think we feel? Statement. We need to catch up with Damwain. I assume he's already going downriver.
As Damwain makes it across, and you see another. At this checkpoint right here. Between the northern and southern Nocturn district, there's really no checkpoint. But you see almost a change in atmosphere almost as you see people walking around. No longer is it a lifeless streets, but you see what's a busy, almost business, like people running on the streets trying to make it to their business inquiries meetings, people dressed up to look well, trying to either sell. You see markets, and you see what essentially I'll be showing you right now as you begin to dock into the Kurdish harbor. As you find a place, hopefully it's within a good, is the picture in good? It's a little fuzzy, I think.
It's a little fuzzy.
A little.
But
It'll be alright.
you guys get the picture. As you guys begin, as not you guys, it's just Damwain. As Damwain finds a place to dock, you see a little ferryman, a little man. He immediately gets a rope and attaches it to your skiff and sets it to the side, and he holds his hand out for a little compensation.
How much is he looking for?
He just holds his hand out for a little compensation. He doesn't say anything.
No fine.
I'll hand him 3 silver.
3 silver. Wow, quite generous. That's like quite a few meals. As he looks at the 3 silver, with a little bit of guess, thank you. It's just like a young lad. It's like, he's doing the kind of job that you would do while like. It's not a career, you're just doing it because somebody has to do it, and he's young and expendable. His time is expendable kind of job, And he just is. Thank. I'll look after your skiff for you, sir. Sir. As he looks down, he's a human. What brings you to the Kurdish harbor?
I'm looking for a crew to help me fish.
A crew for fishing? Well, you can find plenty of people with that sort of job resume or those skills that you need here. With such a donation, do you work for some sort of company or do you work under something interesting?
Being a baron down the river has its perks.
Oh. Interesting. Well, I don't want to get in that business. As I said, I'll look after your skiff here, and just enjoy your stay, I guess. And he leads you onto the docks, and you see what happens to be a bustling market. But it's been a long day. You've been dealing with things, and yeah, it's left in this huge market district with walls surrounding and what seems to be a lively city, which is strictly different from what you're used to in the Nocturn district. But I guess you didn't see it as the other party are having their fun feast. Would you like to look for some housing, like a possible inn? Would you like to directly go to some of the guilds that are available in the market, or what is your game plan here? Maybe see a play at the Leaf Theater, or see what kind of business you could do with some of the guilds. Like, I have some of the guilds like in my mind, but there's like almost a near infinite amount of businesses you could try to interact with while here.
Yeah. It's the end of the day, so I think I'll go and see a play, and then I'll try and find where the rest of the party have ended up.
All right. So as you make your way down into the bustling streets of Lion Guard, you find the Leaf, which is the guild meant for theater play. You give a small, you pay your token of 1 silver to get a decent seat, and not in the high rises, but definitely in the normal audience, and watch an interesting play about a story between people across countries meeting up. And was with the normal play going out. You leave feeling a little rejuvenated and entertained. You find yourself an inn. And why don't you subtract another? Do you have another silver to subtract for finding yourself some home innkeeping? How much money do you have by chance?
12 silver.
12 silver?
And 9 gold.
All right, so why don't you pay another silver for some living conditions while in the...
Actually,
Yeah.
living conditions. I have this.
You can always find a place to perform, usually an inn or tavern, but possibly with circus. Well, there's such a place. You receive free lodging and food of a modest or comfortable place, depending. All right, so as you go, that's you have an interesting background power there. So as you begin going to being inspired from the play that you just watched, you begin to sing the same medleys and dance the same dances that was shown at the play. And when you find yourself some living quarters to do, you go to the innkeeper, tell him that you wish to do the same sort of impersonation, and try to entertain the guests, and for that to trade a few nights stay. The innkeeper says if you can get if it's entertaining enough for the people to clap, you've got a deal. And Damwain, being rather good using his illusion magic to weave a story and make it entertaining for people, he gets a few free nights of stay at a local inn. I will flesh this out more often and more in the next session. Like, I'll give a name to the inn and to the people he's surrounded by, as I believe that's a good place to stagnate the session. Does anyone have questions about what's going on right now?
I don't think there really is any questions, just because we kind of just introduced ourselves into here.
Are we getting like a long or a short rest at the
Yeah,
Manor?
okay, not all, yeah. I guess it should go without saying that if you are in Gallus, if you're having a fancy-ass feast that gives you 15 temporary hit points, you're also having a long rest. You're all rejuvenated.
Right, which I mean, I didn't even do it. I would say the only person that wastes spell slots were the person that wasn't with us.
So, looking as...
I had no idea Damwain didn't come with us. I would have
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
singing the boats.
Yeah,
Man.
he did say these are his boats, and then he's just heading up, so he's dropping off. So I was like, okay, he stays, but his concentration on the spell, I did give a little leeway there, for one, because I partially forgot, and second, when I realized, I was like, it probably would have already dissipated by now, but I'll say it just dissipates now.
Sure. Yeah.
But I still had them
Gotta
react
find
to
a
it.
helmet quick.
They still reacted to it, the servants.
That would have been embarrassing in the church.
Yeah, exactly. I'm assuming he gets X to Manor, we find a helmet for him to put on.
Oh yeah, they have another helmet they have another set of armor there, I'm sure.
Is there a picture of Gullius so we know what his face looks like in the future?
Well, you guys have never seen it.
Ooh. Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. So if there's a painting with him with his armor just unhelmeted,
You know what? I'll be
go
looking for
around?
some art then.
I'm
Like
gonna-
riding a tiger or something.
Yeah, he's a very vain person. So is this from
Yeah,
Attack
who
on
doesn't
Titan?
apologize.
What's that wall so big for? What the fuck?
Well, it's that Attack on Titan didn't have things like these banners and stuff like that, and they definitely did have
wall.
conquistador helmets.
But did they?
Yes.
But are we gonna have war crimes, like they do?
Oh,
Let's do it.
yeah, war crimes, the best.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: if there aren't any at the moment, HK will make sure there are at some point.
No
Do
worries.
HK will come. I mean, HK was about to get a murder war crime if they figured it out.
As the rolls were relatively low, and all their intelligence checks, you guys have avoided all combat in terms of anybody initiating combat on you.
You're about to have us kill a bunch of fucking maids.
We're about to slaughter an entire manor's worth of servants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, that does
we were
find,
going
like,
to.
a book laying around the manor, right?
Yeah, you
Something
can.
to write
I'm
on.
sure you can find a book. An empty book, I'm not sure. You might have to purchase some paper or something like that. But
Well, we can just go back to the dock and grab it.
grimoire or whatever it is.
Yeah, spell book. He has to get an
Nice.
empty book with pages essentially to make a spell book.
That's sick.
We can just go get the one that's back of the docks.
Oh, but that's still at the person and Damwain's left. So
Maybe
we gotta
maybe you could string together like some blank canvases if anyone in the manor does art.
Oh.
We're gonna staple like a notebook together. We're gonna find a bunch of papers, make a notebook.
You just have you have a binder, spell binder instead of a spell book.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had
This is
full
gonna have Twitch like in the
going
back.
back for it at night. I'm just like,
I have stealth. Oh wait, you need to teach me stealth.
yeah, I'll teach you stealth tonight. Don't worry.
As per usual, since you guys are in Lion's Guard now, so I want to make it completely clear for those watching this in the VOD and for those here right now. All downtime activities back in Rudius will have an increased 1 down point if you want to downtime, if you want to do something there. Let's say I want to continue learning cooking from Ba, and I want to spend 3 points. Well, now 1 point is going to be wasted in your travel to Rudius and back, if that makes sense. Any questions on that?
Nope.
And for general reference, if there's any downtimes, like this campaign could go for a long time, we can go to many different places. If there's other different locations where we can do downtime, that'll just be the rule. If it's very far away, maybe I'll consider it being 2 downtime points just to get there and back, you know? Things like that.
So is this considered a downtime that we're resting?
Well, you guys just got into this. You guys don't really have any resources in the city as of right now. So you don't have anything to work. What I'm probably going to end up actually doing after the end of this session is do something along the lines of like give you guys like access to explore the city a little bit more so than actually do downtime like learning, because there's nothing really to learn if you have no connections, and your money has recently gone down because of, I don't know, some sort of market guy came in by Rudius. So your funding isn't very high right now, and so Baron Gallus didn't get any donations on his adventures, so his funds are not exactly high right now. I do want to press that Baron Gallus's like money. So he's a baron. He's not a count. His money is mostly invested in things, so he doesn't have just like this treasury of gold for you guys to spend.
Standing money.
Yeah, most of his assets are already invested. That's why he has this manor. It's because of his connection to the church. He's and things like that. So if anything, I will give. It would be kind of dumb if I didn't give you guys a little bit of spending money once you get into the city. So for everyone that is since this was a only roleplay session, and I know not all of you are 100% into roleplay, but you know what? I want to commend Paul. Good job on roleplaying. Even this was, we will eventually have sessions like this where there's no combat, and things like this will happen because if no combat is initiated, nothing will happen. And I know a lot of players are really in here for the combat. So as a sort of reward for getting through this session, I will be giving everybody 20 gold as Wyatt goes through... Yeah, Gallus, sorry. Gallus goes through some of the... As he goes through the manor looking for things for the party to accrue, everyone please add 20 gold to their belongings as he begins spreading it. And I will not be giving it to the other players that aren't here. The only exception to that will be Joey, because he should have been here.
Amen.
Poor guy.
I miss you, Joey.
With them.
You, Mr. Damwain, who is not with them, unfortunately, will not be getting this 20 gold right now.
Oh.
Right now. Okay?
Yeah.
Looking in my inventory, I already have 19 gold. Was that like starting gold from character creation, or...?
Yeah, you start with a little bit of gold. And I gave everybody in the party a little bit of gold from the inactive characters in the party, specifically from Alvin. I gave everybody like 2 gold from Gopnik because he doesn't need gold. He's running a freaking goblin camp. Things like that.
Poor guy. Poor came to that basic.
I'll have 39 now, I guess.
Yep.
And Damwain, since you do have this this backstory, I will say you get 1 extra gold for being entertainment for the night, as you get tips. Like a lot of bronze, copper pieces, and silver pieces, I would say it all adds up to about 1 gold as you perform at the inn and get a few tips. So there you go. There's your gold compensation.
We need a little diagram for gold conversion because you can just convert it to the highest amount. Like, if you get a bunch of silver and it goes, like, so let's get, was it 10? Is it 10 the conversion? Or
10
is that
silver is
platinum?
1
That was
gold.
100.
Okay, so, like,
it
let's
just
say
goes
you
by
get
10.
10
10 copper is 1 silver. 10 copper is 1 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold, and 10 gold is 1 platinum. But platinum is really not. We just don't use it that much. I think the only time we use it was
Kind of like
Dwarves.
£50.
With dwarves, and that's how
Right, like,
we did it with
except when
dwarves,
you
and
the
I got
dwarves, and that's
fucking
because you guys
rich.
you guys were swimming in it. And we don't use
I was
if
swimming in
EP
all
is
that money.
Electra pieces, and I just don't use that. I just use that for other currencies. I usually leave the EP place for like Teef. Like if you're dealing with greenskins, you use the Teef currency. If you're dealing with like Duragar, you do black iron coins, things like that. So leave that for like foreign currencies that you can
Hey,
change.
did you see that for the first half? I was technically royalty.
And this is something
closest
new
thing
that
you'll
I
ever
would
get.
like to. I am actually going to do to this. I will start something that I didn't do last campaign was give roleplay XP for for good roleplay and like just general like interacting with the world. I want to like reward that. So
like inspiration for points.
no, and you can as in like you can level up your character XP.
Okay, I got you.
Hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
From that because it's I think it's fun and I want to reward you guys for doing rather well roleplay here. So Wyatt, if you're not level 5 yet, please do so.
Oh.
As he was kind of the front head of everybody. If anybody deserves to level up from that amount of roleplay, it's Wyatt. And
For sure.
I worked so hard.
He worked so hard he almost blew his cover in the middle of enemy territory.
everybody
That was
else,
my fault.
everybody else, you did a great job. Obviously, like you just didn't have the same opportunity to roleplay nearly as much as him because it's just he's literally being the front. Let it be known that like in my mind, you guys did get XP, but I'm going to look through everybody's level real quick and see if anyone's going to level up past. No one's really going to level up past 4 here, and let's see. Zenthos is the only 3 here, and he did have to have the interrogation.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
let
Poor
me
guy
just
gets
double
book
check
taken away.
if Wade is level 4. Wade is already level 4. That's good. That's good.
Is
All
there
right.
like
Hmm.
a suspicion level? Like I don't know. It's kind of like an awareness bar, and like how Skyrim
Yeah,
works.
yeah, I
like
know
a
what you're talking about.
scene.
For
Is
you?
there like a suspicion bar? Yeah.
Well,
Just
here's the
like-
thing. Gallus has responsibilities to do, and as long as you continue doing the responsibilities that Gallus has, people will
Yeah.
not be suspicious.
Okay.
So if you go out and get donations and do
Okay.
essentially live this double life, like people won't
I gotta
believe you.
fucking.
And
I
you
gotta
just
Hey,
continue
you
this and continue your amazing facade at being a noble.
Can-
Nothing suspicious will arise until you do something that's complete, like either out of character or
Out of
people
character.
you need to do something that makes people to investigate you, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'm not an. Okay. Gotcha.
Can
I assume you won't
HK
say
be
a word.
his?
What's that? You might.
Let's say, can HK be like your permanent bodyguard when you go do donations to make
enforcer?
sure you don't? Yeah, your enforcer. Just make sure that you don't like. Because I know Wyatt isn't a bad person per se, but HK is. So HK will make sure that he's.
He'll get the money.
The
Don't
donations
That's
will
what I'm
happen.
saying. Yeah, HK will be the almost checks and balances for Wyatt getting nervous about getting donations.
I
If
don't
that makes
wanna hurt.
sense.
So Wyatt goes to level 5, Zenthos goes to level 4. Do you need any help with leveling up, Way?
I think so, yeah. Let me
Alright.
share my screen.
Sounds good.
Sneak attack in the manor.
Can I get a since Anchor knows some of the area.
All right, so scroll all the way down.
Sheesh.
Hit launch level plus character mancer. That one right there. Not the other one. Hit a level next. It's just level 3 plus 1, so you're good to go. You get an ability score increase, or you can get a feat. It's up to you. Do you understand how the feat system works, or what feats are?
No, actually I don't.
If in that case, just you'll have to do that in your own time, but just level up.
Okay.
You can.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
For HP, I let you roll twice or take the average. So you have to choose
gonna
now.
roll.
Roll twice or take the average. You got 6.
Alright, I'll
You want to
do I
take
get
the
to
6?
choose between both rolls, or do I just take
Yeah,
the
you can
6?
choose between 2 rolls. Just
Alright.
6 is the best you're gonna get.
6. There you go. Just choose the 6. And next level.
Hey, did I win that sneak attack in the manor?
On who?
I don't know. That ghost. Fuck that.
At
ghost.
Ilya?
So
No,
you get
it
an
is
ability
not. You
score
gotta be
increase.
realistic.
You got to increase any of your skills by an extra 2, or have 2 skills increased by 1. It's up to you.
Or I could take a feat.
That is true. Feats are very interesting. They're all kind of like they give you skills essentially instead of you having your stats increase. There are a lot of them, and it takes I would say a good amount of You should probably research into this if you want to pick one.
Yeah.
Like I think Raptor had halberd at the end of his. Or no, Polearm Master, that was it. And it took him a while to get it. But with feats like that are very powerful. Or they can be.
Yes, I totally didn't
I
abuse
think
the crap out of it.
I'll go with the ability score increase because 19 intelligence gives me plus 5 intelligence mod.
It's only 20. Only a 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's rounded down. If you subtract 10, divide by 2, and subtract down is, round down is how it works. So at 20, you get a plus 5. If you want to try to make it so that Constitution is a really good choice for spellcasters, so they make their concentration checks more often. There's a few different options. If you want to be better at speaking, charisma, strength will be just the one that you honestly should never increase as a wizard.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Dexterity is
No, you
important
need
for
to be
making
a strong
saving
boy.
throws.
I think those levels increase my modifier.
So
by
the
1, right?
dexterity one increases your modifier. The constitution one does not.
Right, in that case.
Every even
I know-
number increases a
Okay.
modifier. That's a good way to remember it.
Yeah. I'll go with dexterity and intelligence then.
Sounds good. And you're good. So you should get a few more spells available to you. But as pertains for the session, I think we'll be ending the recording and yeah.
Now, Nick, I better you get a bigger bed than the others because I need one.
You
No,
campfire. Summon
make me your bed,
campfire.
Peter.
Summon
Yeah, you gotta learn-
campfire.
Yeah, we
Campfire.
got two Zinthos over here. A spell or two. I'm gonna.
Here was the other. If you guys would have gone like into conflict with a noble or something like this is the theme that would have played.
Hold on.
I'd be the
Hold
Skyrim
on.
combat music. Dun dun dun.
If they were trying to like pressure you, this is what you would have heard.
Nice.
What is this from?
Shokugeki. Food Wars.
Oh, it is. It's her theme. Oh, that's right, Irina's theme. Wait, I haven't watched this since I was at your house that one night, Dylan.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. Oh god.
Yeah, but if there was anything that shows royalty, it's classical music and violins.
True. Based in Royal Pilled.
I couldn't suss out if the arch guy or whatever, the Pope guy. I couldn't tell if he was like higher than me. I didn't want to act higher than him and be like.
Well,
"Fuck,
that's
get
part of
my
it. You
shit
don't know what Baron knows, so you figuring out is up to you.
Yep.
So.
That's why HK's there to keep him in line, quote unquote.
Want me to say what my plan was for dealing with that?
What was that?
Either fill the room with smoke or mind control the church guy.
You
I kinda
can
wish you
mind
could
control?
shoot.
Excuse me?
Oh
What?
yeah.
Suggestion.
Oh, suggestion. Okay.
Go and
And
take
a-
it.
a-
There's
would
the thing is,
just
there's an
go-
actual mind control spell.
I guarantee.
No, mind control
I
is
guarantee
it's a
you
high
this
level
guy's
spell.
high
Level 4s.
Yeah.
Level 4s are not going to know mind control, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
my
wait,
mind.
hold on now.
I guarantee you the Archbishop is a
kids say.
high level cleric.
It's like that
Yeah,
time, it's like that one time we went to the monk monastery and thought it was a good idea to pick a fight with the lead monk.
That was fun.
He deserved it. They got what they
You also
deserve.
got your ass kicked.
They
You got your
got
ass
what they
kicked. What do you
deserve.
mean?
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I'm going to end the recording now.